We are going to start today with our, like we normally do, we're going to start with our bourbon. John and I were discussing this. We've never featured Henry McKenna on here before.
And I was trying to think about it because I know I had it. And now I thought about the second place that I had it.
Where's that?
Kentucky, Heaven Hill. That was part of the samples for the tour we did. And then we did it on our 10-year bourbon show episode
I see.
But we never featured it, you're right.
Yeah, we never featured it. And we figured we'd throw a feature at it, you know?
Absolutely. I like this one.
Yeah, and I forgot how it did with our best of the 10-year ones. I can't remember how it did. You'll have to look at that episode. Look for best 10-year bourbons. We had some good ones in there that we mixed in there, and and then we added some at the end.
We went a little crazy.
Yeah, we're like, oh, let's try this Michter's 10 bourbon. You know, let's try it. And we're like, we had fun with that, but we didn't want to include that when we did that episode because it's Victor's 10 bourbon is not necessarily one that everyone can get their hands on. And we like to, when we do those kind of episodes, we like to try to do it with bourbons that most people should be able to get or get relatively easier than some of these higher end ones. So
true.
So let's check this out. Bottle and Bonds. I like a good bottle and bond. You know, it feels special. It feels like historic. It feels like something that, you know, like a foundation of what bourbon is today.
Correct.
You know, and everything. So bottle and bond, people, you know, it's got to be 10 years. It's got to be aged at least 4 or 5. I'm losing my my knowledge here on this. What's it? Age at least 4 years or 5? I forget. And it's got to be in a guarded facility and all that fun stuff.
Have like a governmental stamp on it.
Yeah, it's got there's a lot. Bottle and bonds. E.H. Taylor's really known for their bottle and bonds. They're the big ones for that. Unless you're getting like a barrel proof or something along those lines.
4 years. 4 years.
Okay, it's got to be at least 4 years.
Bottled at 100 proof.
Yeah. And this one is
minimum of 4 years.
Minimum of 4 years. So this one's 10 years. So this is pretty special. McKenna is one of those ones that, you know, it's always gotten a little bit of a mixed review. Some people think it's overrated. Some people love it and swear by it. I'm going to be quite honest. I haven't had it in quite some time. So to me, right now, it'd almost be like it's something new. So because it's been a while.
Let's go.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
It has.
Since I like the slanted glass.
You like the slanted? All right.
I like when it curves to the left.
Okay.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. Okay. So.
Yeah, we had this when we did our Heaven. We did the tour of Heaven Hill, which came with a sample after, and this was one of the ones we drank.
As well as the Elijah Craig C923.
Yes.
And I remember saying, I walked up, I think it was before they went, she came in or something. I was looking at the bottles.
And then it wasn't up there.
And, well, no, the C923 was.
Oh, what?
It was.
Oh, you mean on the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant for sale.
Yeah. And I said to her, and I remember saying, I was like, you got the C923 up there, you know? And she's like, I do? You know? And then she was nice enough to hook us up, and get some extra bottles of that.
I was having a bourbon last night, and I told my daughter, I said, you pick what I'm going to drink. You pick.
Yeah.
And she picked the C923, and I was like, don't pick that. There's like that much left in the bottle. I'm like, I don't want to drink that.
Yeah, funny. Getting your daughter involved, jeez. So I did something fun recently, and we've been talking about doing this for some time. And they have kits out there, like nosing kits for bourbon, where they have all different kinds of scents and aromas and all that fun stuff. But they're like crazy expensive. So you can buy like these vials at like Amazon for pretty cheap, like $10 for like 20 something of them or whatever. So I bought a bunch of these vials, and I have a lot of different fragrance oils here, and I have a lot of. And you don't need necessarily fragrance oils. I have. You can use the actual like legit ingredients. Like if you're doing coffee or something, you use coffee grounds or cinnamon sticks or orange peels or tobacco. I mean, these are things that you can get fairly easily. But I was thinking, or pepper. So I was thinking about doing something fun, and you may see us once in a while going back to one of these vials and just trying to see if that's the note that we are getting. And sometimes it'll enhance or bring out certain notes. I did that one for Jason, our buddy who comes on the podcast.
Yeah.
He keeps talking about how we should do more sensory things.
Yes,
so.
he loves when we do sensory, and I would like to formally invite Tasting Bourbon to our podcast to smell each and every one of these.
Every single one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Because he just keeps talking about how much he loves when we do it and talk about it.
He misses us.
Yeah. So let's get the nose on this. All right. Okay, I'm going to pick out a vial that I think I'm getting, and you tell me if you think that you're getting any of that. See with this one.
I think you picked what I was going to... Nope, you didn't.
Yeah.
Not good.
A little, maybe. So that one was butterscotch that I had given John.
And... butterscotch and maple syrup are a little close in smell.
Okay.
Maple syrup is what I was thinking, but I don't see maple here.
Oh, that's one I got to add then.
But I will pick what I'm smelling as well. And,
Okay.
I'm smelling a little...
Figure, out of all these 20-something vials, I don't have the maple syrup.
But butterscotch and maple syrup are very close.
Yeah. What's that? Okay.
Because I'm getting a little spice in there. I'm getting that cinnamon
So he's getting a little hints of that. John gave me the cinnamon vial there. Yeah. So. Okay.
I like this game.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and I'm getting a little bit on the end of the nose there. I'm getting a little bit. I know it's like my finish on the nose. Just a hint of leather.
I can see that.
Yeah, just a hint.
I can see that.
Just a tad.
To me, it's very vanilla forward as well.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
We know what vanilla smells like.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
I have it
there.
there.
But
Yeah, it's right there, but it's extra leather. But. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Sorry, I'm taking my notes too while we're doing this. Vanilla leather.
Okay. So, I'm getting like a rye spice on this. Like when we have a rye, bourbon, I'm getting a little bit of that rye spice. Which would really be what? Would that be the cinnamon coming through?
Well, it might be just a high. I don't know what the mash bill is on this, but it could be just it has a higher rye mash bill.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're getting.
Well, I just think a bottle and bond. I don't think a rye spice, but I feel like it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the mash bill.
Yeah. Yes, I mean as long as it's 51% more corn, it's still always going to be bourbon, but it could be just a higher rye.
78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye.
Okay, well that's not super high.
So there's rye in there. All right.
Yeah, it's not super high rye though.
No, but I taste it. I taste it.
I am getting a little bit of. You mentioned it on the nose, but I am getting a little bit of maple on this.
Right, little maple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little.
It's got a little spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's got that sweet spice. It's sweet, but it's got a little bit of heat.
Well, it's not an extremely boozy one, but
no, but it's got that kick at the end.
Yeah.
That enjoyable kick though, not overbearing kick.
I'll have to say, I like it better than I remember liking it.
Okay.
So that's always a good thing. The only thing I think it's lacking, I mean, it's got nice, pretty decent color, medium to light color.
Yeah.
It's got some legs on there, but nothing too crazy. But I would say I wish it had a little bit more of a finish, a lingering finish.
Yeah, it doesn't stick around too long.
No, I do get that maple on that finish still kind of lingering a little bit, but it's light.
Yeah, it's very light.
Yeah, but not bad. Overall, pretty good stuff. I can see why people, or when they see it at a decent price, they say, well, if it's a good price, which for something like this, I guess a good price is probably about $60.
I believe I saw this in Total Wine. I want to say it was around $79.
Okay, that's a little on the higher end. I'm pretty sure. But I would say anything between 60 to 70, maybe max on 70 for me at least. I don't know if I'd pay more than that for it. Every once in a while, we'll see someone running a special on it or whatever. So, but but overall, pretty decent.
Yeah, Total Wine has it for $73.99.
Yeah, it's a little. I think that's a little high, but I mean, it's not like a hard pass, but I think it's just a little high.
Correct.
For my liking, but
Yeah, if this was a $50, $60 bottle, I would pick this up.
yeah, but overall, pretty good.
Very good.
Cheers,
Henry McKenna. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
All right.
Cheers.